break those mental chains and do what you were teaching them how to do, to be
I love
prosperous, to
that.
be
You got
powerful, to be
you
the
got
true leaders that we are. And this is the other piece. We are so powerful as a people.
it.
When my eyes became open and God began to let me see who we are, I just took a deep breath. I said, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. My passion is to help people see what I see. And I'll sit in front of my clients and I'll go, I see this in you. And I'll tell them what I see. And they'll look at me and they'll just stare for a moment. I said, can you see
Mm-hmm.
it? They'll go, can't see it. I said, but you will if you just stick with me and walk through this process. You'll see what I see. And by the end, when we're done, I said, can you see what I see? They go, I see it. It was there all the time, but they
Yeah.
couldn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the most amazing experience. And all I
Possible.
want to do, share this
Mm-hmm.
with the world. That's
Great.
all. I have no other agenda but that.
Love that. I just want to go back a little bit to when you first start talking. You mentioned seeing with the mind, and I laugh. You know why I laugh?
Why did
Because
you do that?
most people put their a lot of emphasis on seeing with the eyes because we've been
Mm,
taught that seeing is believing. But
mm,
what I've seen is that very often you see things playing out right in front of you, but you just don't understand it. All right. You see things playing out of you, but you can't reverse engineer it because you haven't developed the mind to see that the eyes is actually seeing. So you don't have that deep interpretation of what is right in front of you. And for example, when you see a wealthy person, you should have a clear mental picture of practical steps that can be taken to position you to attain that. And eyesight alone does not enable you to get the whole picture. So I was laughing because you emphasize mindsight. The mind must see it. And that is a profound statement. But I want to ask you as we begin to wrap up today's program, I feel your passion. I know you're gifted. I know you're gifted
well,
because
I laugh when I hear that, because I
yeah,
just feel like I'm
because
just being me. I'm just doing what I'm called to do.
good. I feel your energy, and I can tell you the things that we have to talk about. We have not begun to talk about it yet. That's what I can tell you. So I know when I'm talking to a gifted person. What is holding you back? Is it access to capital? Is it access to the right people? Um, because you are ready, you are prepared, and you have a message for the world. What is holding you back?
Good question. Well, two things I would say. One, I said, God, you have to put me in contact with the right people, partnership with the right people who get this and who have the same passion. And it's all about people, it's all about empowering people, it's all about making a difference in the world. Can we create a healthier world? Can we empower people to bring greatness to the world? I mean, we can't stop doing that or we'll just die, wither away and die.
Mhm.
So I said, I need to be connected to the right people. One who can come alongside and support me because I can't do this alone. This is big. And I keep telling God, I'm like, God, this is big. I need help. I need people who care, who have the skills and the expertise, the level of competency to help spread this thing. That's the first. So the right people, the right connections. But I've also told God, I said, God, now you can't keep taking the money from me and putting it into this. I got to have it back. So, I mean, I just like to keep it real, right?
Yeah.
So when I did the television shows, And God brought it to my understanding that this is what I needed to do, because, he's like, he brings it back to me. You said you want to touch the world. You said you want to multiply your time. And so this is one way. And I'm like, okay, fine. How am I going to pay for this? By the way. And he says, use what you got. I'm like, wait. Use my money? It's like, your money? I thought it was my money. I'm like, well,
Okay.
I mean, are you going to stand there and argue about it when you know he's right on it? And he says, all throughout the Bible you have read where people use what they had. They use what they had. He says, use what you have. So I have been constantly pouring into this business. My unlimited possibility has been feeding golden nuggets, feeding it. The money that I make from unlimited possibilities, pour it into golden nuggets and build golden. So the resources, the support, the financial support, the resources to help me do this thing that I feel and believe strongly God has anointed me for this time and this season to do, to pour into it. Is there anyone that believes in this, that believes in me? I have done the work. I have devoted my life to education and training and equipping to be a vessel of honor, but I cannot do it alone. And I recognize that. So I would say those two things: partnerships, support, connections, and then the financial support, the resources to help me do this.
Right. All
Plain
right.
and
What I
simple.
want, got you. What I want to say is that help is on its way, and we'll talk
Praise
about
God.
it some more. All right. I have one more thing that I want to do for you. Um, I must say I had fun with this conversation with you today. I had a lot of
That's
fun,
nice.
and more so, I really get to learn more about you, and I really get to see your heart, and your heart is with people. But what
Absolutely.
I want to put, you're welcome. What I want to put to you, is there something that you want to say that I might not have asked? I want to give you a chance to say it now before we wrap up today's program.
Well, I can't emphasize it enough that I appreciate talking to you. It's not every day that I get a chance to listen to brilliant people, engage with brilliant people. It's just a treat, It's like a kid in a candy store, and you're just having a ball. And your questions are so deep and profound. That's just amazing as well. So thank you. But I think when I think about all that God has gifted me to do, it's exciting. And I want to emphasize that it's really not about me. I simply surrender and I say, okay, I don't really want to do this, but then I can't think of anything else to do other than this. So, and you know better than me, God, what I should be doing. So, okay, let's just do this. So, I'm really excited about this journey that I am getting ready to embark. I think it's going to catapult so fast that even now in the development stages, I can't hardly keep up. For example, I put together this series of
Golden nuggets.
golden nuggets. All right. I thought that was it. I said, okay. So I got now 6 modules, training modules: compassion fatigue, understanding the cost of caring, navigating grief, working through trauma, depression, understanding depression, self care, trauma related. I'm like, okay, this is really good. But then that was just the beginning. Then he gave me 52. I have 52 television shows for a year of television shows, very detailed. That was mind boggling. Then he says, okay, I want you to put together something that you're going to empower my
The
people,
Exodus.
the chosen, the chosen African Americans, the chosen. So now I put together training modules to help African Americans connect to their roots, to connect to their greatness. I have here all the, well, as many as I could possibly research, African American inventions, the strategies that have been used against African Americans to dismantle, to disempower, the psychological warfare, the economic exploitation, political oppression. I could go on and on.